You have the Justin Herbert injury now. This team had such high hopes going into the season. I want to ask you this. Do you sense a growing frustration with this fan base week after week? Where is that frustration level right now? And how do you fix this team going forward?
Yeah, you're right, man. I've always been very, very close to the fans. I believe that the fans make this thing go. Even when I'm going back and forth with Raiders fans, Dallas fans, Dolphins fans, whoever it is, I love the fan interaction because without them, a lot of this is impossible. I mean, without you guys having the fans you have, nobody's listening to what you guys do. And so the fans are the most important part about what we do. That being said, I think the Chargers did a hell of a job at rebranding their fan base, transitioning their fan base to LA, because there was a lot of people who were unhappy at the move. A lot of San Diego fans that were just not supporting the team no matter what because of the move. And there was a lot of people not coming to the games because they just felt like the team and organization wasn't going in the right direction. So I think they did a hell of a job at getting people back there involved. I'm at the stadium. I don't care what people say. And they try to, remember the old pictures they used to show where like it was 50-50.
Oh, yeah.
It's not, it's not that anymore. It's a 70-30, 80-20 deal. And don't get me wrong, certain teams just travel better than others, right? If you play the Steelers, if you play, the bigger fan bases, that they're going to travel well. That Buffalo Bills game, there's going to be Bills fans all over the place because I played there. They travel well. They support. And also, too, LA is a melting pot for everybody in the country, right? No one's leaving California and going to Kansas City for the barbecue. They ain't doing that, right? So, the only time they go to Kansas City if they got a high-paying job or, something that calls their family, whatever it is, to leave California to go to Kansas City or, Wisconsin or whatever it is. So they're always going to be that. So I don't care. 20% of the fans is going to happen because LA, California in general, is just a melting pot of everybody. But they've done a hell of a job. Now, my biggest fear now and what's going on, the scariest part is you can start losing a lot of those fans because they feel that you're not taking action into being better, right, for the team play. Because I never call for anybody's firing, right? I'm not ever, even as bad as it's been the last, several weeks or so with the team. I mean, beating, the Patriots 6-0 the week before. I mean, it's a win. You don't feel good about it. So my biggest fear is, because I'm always fan-oriented, fan first, is you're going to start losing the fan base that you successfully built because they don't see any changes made. Brandon Staley coming out at their press conference and saying, hey, we're going to keep doing what we're doing. No, the shit you're not, right? No, you're not, right? You're not. You got what the fans want to hear is right when I'm done with this podium, as soon as I get off of this stage, I'm getting in the locker room and changes will be made immediately. That relaxes everybody, right? That makes everybody feel good. No matter if there's some tough losses, you guys have been playing well. You say that, and the fans say, you know what? There it is. We can support that. When you come and say we're not changing anything, we're gonna keep doing what we're doing, and you're getting your ass kicked, you're gonna lose some fans that way. You're gonna lose a lot of support. I like Brandon Staley personally. I was one of the guys that he called when he got hired. He called me the night he got hired, and we talked on the phone for about a half an hour. He said all the right things. He was very inspiring. He was like dead on, and everything he wanted to do was very data driven. All the things that you're supposed to say. And I actually see why the Chargers hired him. Like, he does and says all the right things. He's a good leader. But the problem is in the NFL is that if you don't produce, and that's from front office all the way down to coaching staff, training staff, equipment staff, if you're not getting it right, they will look to move on from you. And so if they did move on from Brandon Staley, which they look like they possibly could here shortly, I understand, because that performance goes from top to bottom.
That's completely understandable with Staley. His seat continues to get hotter, it feels like, as the season goes on.